Okay, we are starting from jump. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here finally doing the benchmarking section of this. Everything kind of took a turn for the worse at the end of the last stream, so I'm hoping to make it up with this one. I've got the camera already set up. We are using the LG 32 8BGN some shit. It's the GL850's older brother. It's the one that's $500 at Best Buy. Best Buy is like the only ones who sell this LG. It's a 165 hertz nano IPS panel. And yeah, it's pretty damn solid. We are running the 13500 3060 Ti B760 motherboard right here in the NZX CH7 case. And that is what we are benchmarking right now. Seeing as I only have a 500 gig hard drive hooked up to this, we are going to start with opening up Afterburner and making sure that everything is still up to date and things are right. I have this pointed the wrong way. I will try my best to make it so that it's actually viewable. It's really there we go, that helps. And I don't have the proper cables to do it all integrated, and I want to do these benchmarks not while streaming. Just because I want to see how much of a difference there is since we are on 1440p. And I am currently streaming to 3 separate places on one rig. And I'm running a 12700K 6900 XT on a Z694s. Which is basically the Z690 carbon Wi-Fi. So I have this board right here, but white. Okay, I now have it full screened on my other panel for what the Twitch looks like. I think chat is up as well. I'm not 100%, but I want to make sure that you guys can kind of see what I can see, and I really wish that I could get these numbers to actually pop up. Okay, there's no way that this source is 1080p 60. Yeah, this does not look right. This doesn't look right at all. Well, full screening it really kind of screwed it up over on this other panel. I'm just going to move it back over to auto. And I guess I'll read it over. So this is what we're doing. I just want to show that we're at stock. Temp limit is 83C. Our core clock and our memory clock are set to the base, which we don't know what that is. No core voltage or anything. And then for monitoring, I believe I have it set up for the on-screen display. I do not, so toggle on-screen I need to use the keyboard back here. So left, down, down, right. Cool. So that will toggle our on-screen display. For monitoring, we want to just do the basics. So we're going to do... I don't really care about the... Well, no, we should do GPU power and memory. So GPU 1 temp. Wait, GPU 1. Which one's GPU 1? I need to force the GPU in GeForce. Not GeForce. Because we want to make sure that we are 100% using the graphics card and not the so we're at 165 hertz. We're using default color settings. I'm going to change that to NVIDIA's color settings. We're moving it to 10 so that it's the nicest. Apply. Okay, and then to manage 3D settings. No. Okay, so we're doing for PhysX we're doing the 3060 Ti. So I believe, yeah. So this is gonna force it to use the graphics card and not utilize the onboard graphics at all. What does video enhancement do? That sounds kind of cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll do that too. All right, so everything's set to NVIDIA, so we know that the Intel chip is not going to be running any of the processes. So now we have GPU temp in OSD, GPU. I really wish I knew the difference between these, but if it comes to temps, then GPU 2 is probably going to be... Yes, it's really fucking annoying. Okay, so now we're just going to where it's easy. CPU temp, that's all we care about. CPU usage. And this is a 14 core 20 thread chip, which is fucking awesome. CPU clock we want. CPU power we want. And then we do want our frame rate. Frame time graph we want. Tick check mark to activate. Okay, perfect. Show an on-screen display. Then we want to just do the frame rate average. So we're setting the frame time to a graph. Okay, so we have CPU clock, CPU power, frame time as a graph, frame rate average, and OSD. We could do minimum, max, and all that fun stuff, but I'm not going to. I think this will be a good representation of what we're trying to achieve here. And to start, just to make sure that everything applied correctly, so we have it applied. Required DirectX runtimes are not installed. On-screen display may not function properly. Okay, so DirectX runtimes are not installed. What does that mean? Do I need to install some DirectX stuff? We'll see what happens. We're going to open up superposition. We're going to do... We're going to do custom, 1440p. We're doing shaders quality of extreme, texture qualities of high, with depth of field and motion blur on. So this is going to be the hardest one to run. It's going to use about half of our VRAM. And superposition is a very good free benchmark if you're trying to make sure that all your hardware's working and you have all your ducks in a row. This is a really good place to start. And I am going to turn on CPU hardware monitor because I want this running in the background. So that way when we're done, we can test to make sure that all of our values are where they need to be. Before I sell any PC, this is what I do. I go through, I download all this stuff, I run all this testing, and I make sure that everything is where it needs to be, well before the customer even hears about it. Because I think I firmly believe that as a PC builder, I am offering somebody more than just a puzzle. I'm more than a puzzle maker. I'm not just here to put parts together. I'm here to answer questions, and I'm here to make sure that stuff is done correctly. It's taken me a lot of years and a lot of experience to really know what I'm doing. I've come across a lot of issues throughout my time doing this, and I am very, very happy with the quality of work that I've done. Did it really download that fast? Oh wow, I just did it twice. Okay. Well, this can fuck off. So, I guess while we're in CPU ID, we go to CPU Z. I guess we'll do the MSI one, just because it's cute. I'm sure if that was out of date, then this one will be out of date. So yes, I accept. And then hopefully this will have some of the DirectX stuff. Well, it didn't. Alright. Alright, so CPU ID, hardware monitor open. Close that out. Run as admin, open. I think it was waiting for me to hit accept on that, which is really annoying. That's fine. Alright, our P core 0. Looks like we are sitting around 4.7 gigahertz on our P cores, and our E cores are around 3.5 gigahertz. And I forget what the max clock is for the 1500, but I think this is pretty close to being where it should be. Five volts right below. 3 volts here. You always want to make sure that your 12, 5, and your 3 are near where they should be. Because this is the power that's going to your board, and this is how you know that things are actually being ran where they should be. Our RAM at only 1.2 volts means that we might be running this at bare bone settings. It might be at 2133 instead of 3600. So, because it should be at 1.35 volts. That's what I mean about the nerdy stuff that like you learn along the way. If you are paying somebody to build you a PC and they don't know what voltage the RAM should be running at, and they don't know how to change it, there's an issue. I just updated it. What the fuck? Oh, I see what's going on. Close out of that. Because we're doing the MSI one, it's separate. Because it's got the cute graphics in the background. Okay, so see if we can make this so that you guys can actually see it. I know I can't, so I doubt you guys can. So it's a i5 13500, max TDP of 65 watts, socket 1700, 10 nanometer. Core voltage right now is at 1.36 volts. And it's sitting between 2.8, 3.5, and 4.7 gigahertz is what it's bouncing between. B760 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4. Version 1.2 with a BIOS state of 1.6 of 23. So I'm sure that actually probably has an update that we could do. And I was correct. It looks like our RAM is running at 2130. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, it's running at 2133. So I am going to go into the BIOS really quick because it should be running at 3600 and it's not. Yeah, it's running at 1.2 volts. That's how I kind of knew that things were screwed up. I'm going to do a basic bench real quick, see what scores we get with the RAM being low. Then we're going to reset the PC, go into the BIOS, and move the RAM to 3600. Alright, we got a single core score of 733 and a multi-thread score of 840. I hit the wrong button. Son of a bitch. That's okay though, whatever. So we need to... Oh, it looks like we have an update. Alright, we're going to run the update. It shouldn't take very long. If you guys have any questions for me at all, just let me know. And I'm going to bounce between my chats. That way I don't miss anybody. But if you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'm popping out the Kick chat so that way I see it. And if anybody is here from a few hours ago, I am very sorry for not coming back. I was planning on coming back, and like I said, with narcolepsy, you don't choose when you pass out or where. And ruining my keyboard, the second keyboard of the night, is very, very frustrating, especially for my ruining my ducky. Okay, it's updating, right? I don't want to freak out and try to get into the BIOS. Yeah, it's updating. Yeah, okay. Panic there for a second. So we should be good to go after it shuts off and turns back on. Then I'll try to get into the BIOS. I also started a new game plus on Dying Light 2. So I'm kind of excited to go through, and I did all PK last time. I'm going to do all the hippies this next time and see how well it goes. I really liked using the bows and the crossbows, and I think I still have them because all my weapons came over. Um, oh, the all right, come on, you bastard. There we go. Hey, that's a me. Okay, we're gonna restart it, and we're gonna try to get into the BIOS. So games that I plan on benchmarking right now is Starfield, Atomic Hearts, and then we have to erase both of those off of the NVMe drive. Actually, I might be able to, since I'm running it through Wi-Fi right now. So I'm gonna unplug my Wi-Fi cable and see if it'll reach the computer where it's at. Um, and if it will, I'm gonna then download Cyberpunk and some other graphically intensive games. If you guys want to see anything at all that's on Steam, if you want to see Dying Light 2, anything like that, I'll have to open up my Epic. But let me know. Your wish is my command, and I will get it done. But right now, 4 games that I have lined up, it's Dying Light, or not Dying Light, it's Starfield, then Atomic Hearts, then Cyberpunk, and from there, anything else that you think that's hard to run that I have within my library, we will throw on. Um, I'm only running a 500 gig NVMe drive, which is why my the games that are available are so limited. Um, Come on, baby, we got this. Let's go. All right, we got it. All right, XMP is now on, so exit. And that should have moved it up to 3.6. Come on, you bastard. Let's go. Well, it didn't crash, so that means that it took. Alright, and the easiest way to tell whether it's actually working is we open up CPU hardware monitor, run as admin to make it faster. I'm like a struggling doctor, y'all. What does that mean? You gonna say something stupid? It means I got no patience. Oh. Oh, wait, I get it. This is how we know that it took. So our DDR4 is now at 1.35 volts across the board, which means that it's running at its proper 3600 like it should be. So let's go back to CPU ID, CPU Z. We're going to run it as an admin. We're also going to, so our cores are sitting around 4.7 and 3.5, not under any load. And I don't really care about the UHD 770, so we can close that out. One 1.795.6 megahertz, baby. Perfect. 3060 Ti. Performance level is current. I don't know what that means, but that's what it's at. So we are going to bench the CPU, and then we're going to do submit and compare. I believe we got an 8300 and a 720 or 730, something like that last time. Okay, so we got a 724.9 and an 83.8. I'm going to do one more run. That doesn't seem right. Alright, so we got 4.689 on all P cores, which is 6 of them, and then for the 8 E cores, we were at 3492. For a 728.6 and an 8339.3 for the multi. So submit and compare. And let's see what we're at against most 13.5s. I did update. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, whatever. Alright. Okay, so now we're on the proper version, 2.08. That's kind of silly because we did update the other one, but whatever. So I want to make sure, yep, we're still at 3600, so we're good there, so it's bench. $834. Okay, so that's a little bit higher. 8346. And our single core seems to be a little bit lower. We're only at a 719. The hell? Okay, well, submitting, compare, and see what happens. See how off that is. I feel like that's a little bit low. Okay, so our single thread, we got a 720. And for multi-thread, we're beating the 7700X, and we're right below... Well, we're quite a bit below the 12.9. But for single, let's see where we're at. So 720 is where we're at. And where's the 13.5 normally at? Because I feel like we should be somewhere else. Yeah, we should be beating the 12.600 in single thread. Yeah, this doesn't seem right. Okay, so we are at an 83.78, 83.8, 83.81. And for some reason, our single thread is still very low at a 7. I mean, it's moving up some. I think I know what's going on. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, the more and more that I'm scoring this low, the more I think I know exactly what's wrong. But I could be in the right spot. So let's look it up. So CPU-Z, I really wish that it showed us, because the 12500H is all the way down here. And I know that this thing scores a little bit below the 12700K, and the 12700 751, and the 12700K the 788. So I guess this might be right. Let's find out though. So let's do CPU-Z. Search the web for. Okay, so these guys got a what? Okay, well this doesn't really tell us much, so I don't trust user benchmark. Alright, CPU-Z i5 13500. Let's do single core. Okay, so this person got a 794 and a multi of 89.9. And we're getting a 83.4 and a 72. Okay, CPU-Z single, they got a 783. And for multi, they got an 8727. Oh, they're probably using DDR5 though. Okay, that's probably why my scores are so much lower. It's because we're running at 3600. I'm an idiot. This whole time I've been very confused, like what the fuck is going on? But the main reason why I'm pretty sure our scores are where they're at is because we're running we could be running DDR5 6000 or 6600 with this chip, and we're not. We're running it on a 3600 DDR4. So I feel like if we were to get a 4000, 4800 megahertz kit of DDR4 that would run on this board, our scores would be much closer to the scores that we have here. Um, yeah, that's why this is happening. So I'm a lot more comfortable with the scores that we're getting now that duh. Um, we are also not getting the full percentage out of the CPU. I feel like we should be closer to 4.8 gigahertz than 4.7. And I think one of the reasons why that's happening is because we need to ramp up our fan on the. I think that the fan is set up so that it just kind of does whatever it wants. So it's not running at a stable pace of like for like cooling. It's trying to fluctuate with the CPU. And on these single core coolers that you utilize air, they don't ramp up fast enough. So you need to turn it up a little bit, and if you do that, you typically will get a better score. Um, and the easiest way to do that without downloading, I don't think I have the CPU, the MSI Center downloaded, but if I do, yeah, I don't feel like waiting to download. No, I don't want 360. Okay, don't care about Mystic Light. Alright, so customize. In here you can change the voltages and whatnot. So we're going to go to the CPU fan. And we're going to turn this bitch up. I don't know why it's so light like this. This is weird. Can I not move it around? I know it's a 4-pin. Oh, that's why I didn't have it clicked right. Okay. All right, turn it up to 100 bones. Boom. Yeah, it was on like silent mode. That was crazy. It's just getting to the part where like I can kind of hear it, but I can't really hear it, which is good. So it's an 18, so it moves at 1834, 54. Okay, so it looks like it runs at 18.5 on average. Perfect. So we're gonna keep it there. Um, we're gonna just lower this, and now we're gonna do the bench again. Yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this difference. It's because the fan wasn't turned up. The CPU was it wasn't throttling itself, but it wasn't allowed to run how it wanted to. But yet the single thread is still low. That's really annoying. Our multi-thread got a huge boost though. I'm gonna bench it one more time. Yeah, that was a huge jump from 720 to 732 like that, and from 8100 to 84.5. So submit and compare. Let's see what it looks like now. Yeah, it destroys the 7700X at multi-thread. That's insane how much faster it is at multi. And then for single, we are creeping up a little bit. We are now above the 12700H. Um, this is still where we were at before, but we were down 12 to 13 points. Um, I feel like if I keep doing this and I keep making little tweaks, we might be able to get it up to like the 750 range. Um, but honestly, it's not really worth the time. The main issue is that we're running DDR4, not DDR5. So, um, at least we got that figured out. That's all I really care about. So let's move into actual benchmarking. This is really just to make sure that we were stable. Um, and stability is what I care about the most. Yeah, see? Something weird's going on. It's like the CPU isn't getting the power that it's asking for. But if we run it again, okay, 12.312. So under load, it goes down a hair. It stays, so this one stays at 4.95. Goes up a hair. CPU goes up to 1. I feel like the CPU should pull a little more wattage. I think if I went into the BIOS and I changed some stuff around, and I think we could get a little more performance out of it. And if I downloaded some other stuff that messes with over like trying to get this thing to overclock on the B760, um, I think we could do a little bit more. But as it sits right now, it's not necessarily doing bad. I just would like to see it do better. But that's also because I like pushing this stuff as far as I can, and using a B760 board over a Z690 or Z790 board, you're always going to run into little issues. And since my DDR4 is DDR4, not DDR5, we're never going to get the scores that I want. And I have to accept that. So we're going to close all this out. We're going to open up superposition again. We're going to open up Afterburner. And then, okay, so what do I need to do? Do I need to re-download Afterburner? Yeah, this is what happens when you don't reset your NVMe drive and you switch it over. I think that's the problem that we're running into. 'Cause I'm pretty sure this thing thinks that it's I'm pretty sure I went from a Ryzen system over into this thing, and I tried to get rid of all the Ryzen stuff, but I haven't done a full wipe of the drive. So I think that's the main issue that we're running into right here. I think I need to do a fresh reinstall before everything's perfect. But we'll see whether this stuff pops up. For the on-screen display, the settings are still set up. All this is still pinned in how I want it, so we'll see if it works. Superposition, we're going to do a custom 1440p, and we're going to do 8K optimized. That's the highest we can go, right? We'll just do extreme run. Yeah, it won't pop up. That's okay. We still have the data up top. This thing really pushes the GPU. It's one of the I really enjoy this benchmark. I think it's beautiful. Um, I think 30 FPS is about right. Our minimum is 28, our average is 30.3, and our max is 34.2 as of yet. And things are about to go haywire here in a second. It's just so pretty, dude. Wow, dude. It's so pretty. So our minimum is 26. Our average is now down to 29.9. Our max is still 34.2. Okay, let's compare. Well, the problem is that since we did custom, how do we... I guess I'll go back through... Fuck, dude, that's annoying. Alright, whatever. We're gonna open up Steam next. I just wanted to make sure that it was running right. We're gonna save this. So 39.1 or 3917. Okay, so we have superposition. We don't need anymore. We're gonna go into the settings. Move that to up. Now apply. Now okay. Steam. Open. Library. Okay, we're launching 3D Mark. And keep in mind we're on a 1440p panel. This system is actually set up more for 1080p than 1440p in my opinion. I would run this for like high-end competitive gaming. So like not necessarily Valorant, but like Warfare, all the harder to run games will run 1440p just fine. But if you really want to get competitive, I would run 1080p, 240 hertz panel. That's what this system is meant for, more so than running on these, nice big monitors. Hey. Oh, we need to disable G-Sync. Well, that's cool. I know that this is a pretty quick test. My 6900 XT fucking destroys this test. But my 69 pretty much destroys everything because it is a boss. I know this stream isn't super entertaining, but we could make it more entertaining. I don't really know how. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. This is more so just to see how well it's running, make sure that it's up to snuff, and we are going to compare it while we stream with it. That's going to be a lot more fun than, you know, doing it this way. But we have to do it this way first, and I would rather stream it first just to give you guys an idea of what I do every time I build a PC. This is what I do. This is the process. I test everything. I make sure everything's running correct, and I feel like every builder should be doing what I do. Hey, look, we got our frame time graph and everything up. So our card's maxed out at 200 watts. I feel like our CPU, well, no, it makes sense that our CPU isn't that high. Our frame time graph is I would like to see it a little more stable, but I mean, this is a mid-range, you know, CPU, so I honestly think it looks pretty okay. Now we're gonna run it with ray tracing, which is gonna fucking beat the shit out of this 3060 Ti. Okay, so we scored a 2792 3060 Ti. Average is a 2807, and a best is a 3083. We're this green line here from the same hardware. So I think it's funny that it's showing the R score and the average that we're a hair like just right behind it. But if you look, this is us. All right, so let's see what the CPU temp got up to. It only got up to 40. Or no, the CPU temp only got up to 63.5. CPU got up to about 40 something. GPU got up to 60 something. CPU clock, I don't know why it jumped around so much, but it did. And it looks like the GPU sat at a pretty much perfect 17.5. And the GPU clock was at a 17.5, and the memory clock was at a 17.1. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm so used to working with AMD cards and higher end 30 series cards that I don't remember what this one actually is supposed to be at. But if we're scoring right here, I think we're doing pretty damn good. Okay, so let's go back to the benchmarks. I know Port Royale, I did disable G-Sync. I know Port Royale beats the shit out of hardware, so. And that's the purpose of this, is we want to push this bitch as hard and fast as we can. this is like buying a sports car and finally getting it up to 3 or 4 thousand miles on the engine. And you can finally see just what it can do without damaging it. That's what we're doing right now. Is we're walking the system to where we can actually run it hard. We've gone through and we've found a few of the little kinks that were causing it to score lower, and um, with this air cooler on, for somebody who's not going to be doing like super hard to run emulation and like stuff like this all the time, it's perfect. This deep cooler for $35 is fucking doing an amazing job. Um, the fan running at 18.5 is keeping it nice and cool. It's allowing it to run exactly where it needs to run. The card seems to be getting plenty of cooling, seeing as it hasn't gone above 65C. I'm very impressed with the stability of this system so far. The only downside to this build is the fact that it has a 500 gig NVMe drive and not a 1 or 2 terabyte. But that's why I'm willing to go down a little bit on the price, and it's also why I'm, offering partial trades, because I am fair and I like to keep my asking prices fair. And if there's something that I know can be improved, that's an easy improvement, I will take that amount off or offer it as a partial trade, so that way you can get a good drive and put it in yourself, or I can, or if you want to pay me, I can do it for you, and blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna turn off Afterburner and just let it run. I don't want to know. It's so pretty, dude. And this is just running normal rasterization. But you can tell that the 3060 Ti has a hard time with this benchmark. Okay? And I think this time it runs it again, only it does it with ray tracing. I'm pretty sure. Wow, this is crazy. I was expecting it to be to run worse, but it actually seems to be running better. I don't know if they turned on DLSS or what, but this actually looks pretty damn good. Okay, we should be almost done here. All right, how do we do? Average is a 6.8. We got a 6.69, so we're a little bit low. Showing results from the same hardware. We're a little bit above half. So I'd say we did pretty well. I don't like that the CPU clock fluctuated so much, but I mean, there's really nothing you can do about that without, setting a stable overclock. Like if we could set it at 4.7 gigahertz, it just to stay like that, I would really prefer to do that. I hate seeing the clock jump around like that. It annoys the shit out of me. GPU was at 100% load the whole time. Yeah, look, the CPU clock bounces around. The GPU clock does no bouncing whatsoever. So the hottest our card got up to was 64.5, and the CPU only got up to 30. So let's compare the results. So we're right on the edge of being here with these ones. I would have much rather been here with these. Okay. Okay, we're gonna run this once and be done with it. Actually, I'm getting kind of tired of doing this. We're gonna let it download. Stream? What? I'm confused. What does it mean by stream? Oh, it's gonna open up on the other computer. On my main rig. How weird is that? That's so cool that you can do that. Yeah, it's taking a while. Come on, let's go. Also, somebody talk to me. I'm bored. Concurrent views 0. Watching 0. Likes 0. Sons of bitches. Young G. Cruising down the west side. My way. Doing what I like to do. Remember, y'all, sad bitches are the new bad bitches. Sorry, that made no sense. I'm just trying not to go fucking crazy. I had to stop talking to myself so much. But if I don't talk to myself, then there'll be no talking. Yeah, I really wish I wish I hadn't swapped out the 100 footer for the 75 footer, because like I have just enough room to reach my computer and a little bit extra, but the extra I like pinned on my wall for my cable, so I'm gonna have to undo all of the like Ethernet wall cable like clips to reach the PC. It's taking fucking forever to sign in just to sign into my Steam. So like when it comes to downloading stuff, how long is that shit gonna take? Alright, let's open up Xbox. No thanks. Dude, hell yeah. Ishin's finally here? Dude, I hate this game so much. I hate this game. It's so boring. It is so goddamn boring. Uh-oh, we're dropping frames, boys. We're about to lose our camera.